Good afternoon, dear children. How are you all? I hope you all are doing good. I'm very happy to welcome you all back for our online computer class. Dear children, I hope you remember what we have learned last week, and you remember from which chapter are we learning now, isn't it? Now tell me, dear children, which chapter are we learning now from your computer textbook? Yeah, alright, we are learning from your fourth chapter, isn't it? Okay, good. So we have been learning about small basic program, isn't it? So let's revise once again what is the program. Okay, then let's move on to how to create program in small basic software. Okay, so now dear children, tell me what is the program. You remember what is the program? Yeah, program is a set of instructions that we give to our computer in order to make our computer do whatever we want it to do, isn't it? So it is similar. Programming is similar to the language that we speak. We speak English and our native language, anything it may be, like Tamil, Telugu, Kannada, Hindi, or whatever may be our native language. We speak that in order to express what we think and in order to make others do what we want them to do, isn't it? So that is why we use languages, isn't it? So similar to that, program is the language which is used to communicate with a computer, which a computer alone can understand. Okay, so imagine a person who knows Hindi alone. If you speak to them in English, they couldn't able to understand, isn't it? Similar to that, computer knows only programs uh, that are assigned to them. Okay, computer knows only programming language, we call it. Just like Hindi, programming is also a language. So if you speak to them in other languages or native languages, they don't obey us because they don't understand. Okay, that is why programming languages are introduced, and we humans we try to communicate with computers through this programming languages. Okay, so one among the programming languages, this MS Small Basic. Okay, so that is what we have seen last week, isn't it? So the topic of this lesson, so heading you could able to see in page number 65. So the topic is basics of MS Small Basic, isn't it? Okay, now already I have given you introduction about MS Small Basic software. Okay, so today we are gonna learn how to create a program in using this software. Okay, so I have already told you to download this software in the previous class. I hope you all did that. It's a freelance software. You can go to Google, you can type MS Small Basic free download. So once you type that, okay, so simply go to you can go to Google, and if you type MS Small Basic free download in the search box and if you give enter, this page will be open, and when you click this download Microsoft Small Basic 1.2 from official Microsoft website. Okay, so when you click this, you can able to download this software from Google. Okay, it's a freelance, you don't want to pay for this. After downloading, you can able to install that in your system. So after installing, your MS Small Basic will be appearing as an icon in your desktop screen. Okay, so if even if it doesn't appear, you can go to search box, you can type basic. If you type, you can able to see a Microsoft Small Basic app here. So when you double click this, your Small Basic, So this is your small basic application. So here is where you will type all your programs, okay, basic programs. So today we are going to start with a simple program, okay. So we are gonna it means that we are gonna tell your computer to type a simple word, okay. So the language that we are using to communicate with your computer today is small basic. Okay, so shall we see how to type a small program? Program means nothing but commands. Program means it's commands. Okay, the statement, or we can call, okay, statements or commands that are used to tell your computer what it must do. Okay, so that is called a program. So we are gonna write a simple program today. Okay, shall we do that? So first of all, after opening your MS Basic application, okay, so your window looks like this. Then you could able to see there is a number written in default here. Okay, so number 1 is already there. Okay, so there is where you will start the first line of your programming. Okay, here is where you should start your first line. That is why it is predefined. It is mentioned 1 day. Okay, so the first line I'm going to type here is, let me type, then I'll explain you what is it. Okay, now listen dear children, when I type the letter T, okay, in the first line, you could able to see a small box appearing below this letter T, isn't it? So this is called the way or the manner in which this small box appears in the screen is called IntelliSense. Okay, so this is called IntelliSense. That means before we type the word that we need in the screen, the computer, the program, the software will understand, or it will display some set of words that that are related to the letter that we type. Now listen, as I have typed here the letter T, you could able to see in this box a capital T, and below that what are the words that are related to this letter T is displayed below. Okay, so you know why this is used? So this is basically used in order to help us, okay, to choose the right command. Okay, for example, you may now need either of these 3 words, okay, text or text window or timer, but sometimes you may misspell the word. Okay, so in order to avoid that, this IntelliSense property has been used by Microsoft Office, okay, by Microsoft programmers, to show the person who is typing in this programming window, okay, all the words that are related to a particular letter. Okay, this will help the person to avoid mistakes, okay, during the typing of their program. Okay, so now I want to type text window here, so I click on this text window. Okay, so once I click this text window, here is a description even here, and also you can able to see at the right corner of your screen the description of text window. It means what is the use of text window, why it is used. Okay, looking at this you can able to understand that why we are using text window. See here, text window is a text. It means that you are going to type something related to a text. Okay, text window is a, you can call it a command. Okay, text window command, or it's a function. Okay, it is used to inform your computer that you are going to type some text related information. Okay, text related information. So that is why we are going to mention text window here. Okay, look at your screen dear children. I have typed text window dot write, and within the bracket I have entered enter your name. Okay, so you can simply, even if you run this alone, you can able to get output. Okay, so shall we try with this only one line program? Okay, so you're instructing your computer to type a line. Okay, so this write, okay, write, and within the bracket you have entered something, isn't it? So this is called write line text. Okay, so write line command. Okay, so you using this command, you're telling your computer that you should write whatever mentioned within this double quotation. Okay, so if you use this write line command, whatever mentioned within this double quotation, number or text or whatever may be, that will be displayed in your output screen. Okay, shall we try that? So you should run your program by clicking this run button. Okay, can you able to see this blue button here? Okay, so when you click this, your program will run and the output screen will appear. Shall we try? So I am clicking this. Now look at this, dear children. Enter your name. Isn't it? Enter your name is what I mentioned in the double quotation. So that is displayed in the output screen. Okay. So this is a very simple command, one line command. Okay. This is very easy to type as well as execute. Okay. So whatever mentioned inside the double quotation is appearing in the output screen. Okay, so now in order to go back to your editor window means the screen in which you type your program. Okay, so that is called editor window. So in order to go back to that window, you can press any key in your keyboard. It is not necessary that you should press a particular key. No, you can press any key. When you press any key, it will go back to the editor window. See? Can you able to see? Okay, so I want all of you to try this. Okay, so now enter your name has been typed in. Now let me type one more command. Okay, so when you give enter, okay, when you give enter, you can able to write next line in your programming. Okay, and number 2 will be mentioned before the line. Okay. Listen to your children, look at the screen now. I have typed 2 more lines. Okay, so I have typed name equal to text window dot read, and I have included open and close bracket. Then the next line I have typed text window dot write line, and inside the bracket I have typed hello plus name. Okay, so I'll tell you what is this. Okay, first of all, in the next line you have written name, isn't it? So name is called a variable. Okay, so we'll learn about variables after I complete explaining this program to you. After running this program, the next topic we'll learn about variables, data types, constants. Okay, all these things that are used to create your program. Okay, first let me tell you, name is a variable and you're assigning something to that variable. What you're assigning is text window dot read. It means that you're telling your computer to read the first line. Text window dot read means read the first line. Here is where you have written text window dot write, isn't it? So it asks your computer to read. Okay, then the third line text window dot write line, and within the bracket it is mentioned hello plus name. It means that your computer will first of all display hello. Okay, so it will in the output screen you can able to see whatever mentioned within this double quotation, hello will be displayed, and plus whatever name, this name you will be giving in the output screen. Okay, so any name that you want to give, you can give in the output screen. So it will be displayed. For example, if I give Bethlehem, it will be typed hello Bethlehem. Okay, hello plus name means whatever name that you give. Hello plus Bethlehem or hello plus whatever other name that you give will be displayed. Okay, shall we run this program once? Look at your output screen, dear children. So first line, enter your name is being there, isn't it? Now I am going to type the name, okay? So I have typed Bethlehem here and I give enter. Can you able to see? In the next line it is mentioned hello Bethlehem. Okay, so the Bethlehem name I did not give in the program. Okay, so in the program I did not type Bethlehem, but in the output screen I have typed Bethlehem. Okay, so this is how you can able to make changes even in the output screen. So this is the process of giving giving input in the output screen. Okay, so now since I have typed Bethlehem here in the next line hello Bethlehem is displayed. You can give your own name here and try the same process. Okay, so today I want all of you to type this program in MS Basic, and instead of Bethlehem you type your name and see what result you get. Okay, dear children. Now listen, dear children. So this is how you should create your basic program. Okay, so next let's learn what are the elements of small basic. Okay, for that take your textbook and turn to page number 69. Okay, turn to page number 69. Elements of small basic. Okay, so elements means what are the features that are available in small basics, or what are the functions that you can use in the program. Okay, to write a program in small basic, that is called elements of small basics. Okay, now before learning about the elements, there are some rules you need to follow while writing a program in small basic software. Okay, first of all, when you write a command, already I told you text window and see here you can see text window, write line. Okay, so all these are commands. Okay, whatever command you use in your basic program, it should be spelled correctly. Okay, spelling should be correct. For example, if you instead of write line command, if you write ln, okay, that is wrong. If you write like that, then it will show you error. You will not get output. Okay, so a command is called a keyword. Okay, so we'll learn what is a keyword later. Okay, I'll explain you what is a keyword later. Okay, now see what is the keyword. It is mentioned here. Now take your pencil and underline this, dear children. A keyword is a reserved word. Okay, underline a keyword is a reserved word. Okay, what is a reserved word? Okay, it means that it has a predefined meaning. Okay, some words in your program will have a predefined meaning. For example, you take a dictionary. Okay, for in English language we use a dictionary. For every language there is a dictionary. Okay, in English you are familiar with Oxford dictionary, isn't it? You have lots and lots of words in that dictionary. Each word is given a meaning, isn't it? So using that meaning alone, you will be using the words. Am I right? Okay, related to the meaning, you will be using the words when you speak or write. Similar to that, these keywords are some words with reserved meaning. Okay, so if you write a program, you cannot use these keywords for any other purpose other than this reserved meaning. Okay, it means that I'll explain you. Look at this program. So in this program, you're in the next line. I am typing again text window dot right line, and within the bracket I give hello world. Okay, then I close the bracket. Okay, no, after this I again write hello world text window. Okay, then I close the program. Okay, so if you type like this is wrong. Okay, so a text window is a keyword, therefore you cannot use that within this right line function. Understand? See here, so when I run this program, you can able to see we found some errors. Okay, so unexpected token text window found. So this is how your error message will be displayed if you use your keyword other than the meaning that it is meant for. Okay, so text window cannot be used as any other thing within your program other than its own meaning. Okay, so inside this right line command you cannot use text window. Okay, because it is a keyword. Understand? So there are many other keywords, not only this text window. You have 14 different keywords. Okay, so in your small basic program you have 14 keywords. Okay, so you can underline even this. Turn to page number 68. Okay, and here you have this 14 reserved words. You just underline this 14 reserved words. It means 14 keywords you have in your small basic. Okay, now, and the next thing is small basic is not case sensitive. You know what is meant by case sensitive? Case sensitive means even if you write your program in capital letter or small letter, there is no problem. Okay, no problem at all. You will not get any error message. So case sensitive means there are some other programs that you will learn your higher classes like C program, C++, Java, all these are programs. They are also programs. Okay, they are also computer language, but they are called case sensitive. It what is it? For example, I have already told you about this right line command, isn't it? So here the first letter is capital and the remaining letters are small, and in the line L is capital, remaining is small. Whereas again here also they have written right line, but all are written in small letters, isn't it? So already you know in computer language capital letters are called uppercase and small letters are called lowercase. Okay, so we call it case, isn't it? So even if you write like this, upper and lower together or only lowercase letters, okay, the computer will not find it fault. Okay, so by default it will understand that it is a right line command, so no problem. But other languages, like I have already told you, like C language, C++ or case sensitive, so that you will learn in your higher class. Okay, so in that this command, this right line and this right line is different in your case sensitive C language. Okay, but now in this basic language, small basic, this is not different, both are same. Okay, so no problem even if you write in even if you type in capital letter or small letter. So that is what it means. The small basic is not case sensitive. Okay, so now next is small, and also your small basic will ignore all the spaces. Even if you enter many space in your program, your small basic will ignore them. Okay, and it will make your code like readable in the readable form. It will make your code look pleasant to read. Okay, so these are some basic rules about small basic programming. Okay, so next thing is constants. Okay, constants, take your pencil and underline this, dear children. Constants or data or values that cannot be changed throughout the program. In mathematics you might have learned what are constants, isn't it? Constants are numbers which cannot be changed, or constants are values which cannot be changed. For example, value of pi. Value of pi is 3.14, isn't it? You study in your mathematics. So that value cannot be changed. Wherever, whatever, or whatever subject, or wherever anybody asks you what is the value of pi, it is constant. It is not changed. It is 3.14, isn't it? So here in your programming language as well, you have some constants which has a permanent value. Okay, so value of which will not be changed throughout the program. So that is what is called constants. Okay, so now based on the types of data stored, a constant can be of numeric or string type. Okay, so now with this you can understand in small basic program you have two types of constants. One is numeric constant, another one is string constant. Okay, so numeric constants. Okay, you have two types of constants in small basic programming. One you called it numeric constants, another thing is string constant. Okay, numeric constants, string constants. Okay, now numeric constant, what is a numeric constant? Numeric, from the word numeric you can able to understand it refers to numbers, isn't it? Now any number starting from 0 to 9, okay, if they are used in a program, in a basic program, then it comes under numeric constant. Okay, so any number 0 to 9, you can use even decimal numbers also, and also you can use negative numbers, like see example 1 2 3 4. Okay, you can write like this, or 56.43. so this is a decimal number, isn't it? You are using a decimal point. Okay, this is also a numeric constant. And minus 12.6, you are using a negative number, isn't it? This is also a numeric constant. Okay, and you can also perform operations, okay, on these constants like addition operation, subtraction, multiplication, division operation. Okay, so like you can do add, it means nothing, it means like you can add, multiply, subtract or divide any numbers. Okay, so even you do these kinds of operation, the result of those operation also comes under numeric constants. Okay, but all the numbers that is between 0 to 9, that is the key thing. Okay, so digits 0 to 9. Okay, underline that they come under numeric constant. Okay, dear children. Now, what is a string constant? String is a sequence of character. In simple term, we can call a string is a sequence of character. Okay, so now string constants or sequence or a set of characters you can call. For example, look here, this is a string constant. Okay, so all together these words, okay, are called string constants. And one more thing you want to know about string constant is that always a string constant will be denoted within double quotation. Okay, so whatever words that you write within the double quotation comes under string constant, that is. Okay, so either number or combination of number and text, or either text alone. Okay, look here, 1 2 3 Punjabi Bok. Okay, so this is a combination of number and text. So this is coming under string constant because it is mentioned within this double quotation. Okay, here only phone number is mentioned. This is also a string constant because it is mentioned within double quotation. Okay, so this is all about string constant. Okay dear children, so today we have learned how to create a basic program, how to run it, and also we have seen what are the keywords and constants used in your basic program. Okay, so revise this once again dear children, and I also want all of you to try what I have taught you today in your computer. First download the basic program, okay, in your system, and try the first sample program I taught you today. Okay, and you text me to my personal WhatsApp number whether you received the output or not. Okay, if you receive the output, take a snapshot of that output and send to my WhatsApp number. Okay dear children, thank you, have a great day.